Yeah. We're gonna take it to the club real quick. Let me talk to you. Look, I know
It's right here, back to the basics. Shouts out to my man DJ Chuck, Boogie Movement Team, DJs, killing it. This, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 90s type of situation. We had a cypher earlier that went down Saturday. Cyphers, each and every first Saturday that goes down, real major, man. Shout out to Fendi, she just left the building. But of course, we saved the best for last. Not last, but the last, okay? These three gentlemen who I have right here had the opportunity to work with. And, you know, I get a call from my man Frank, and he says, "Permiss, I don't know what you're doing, but look, Saturday, I need to be at your show. I got a major announcement to make. Can you do it? Yes or no?" I says, "Frank, let's make it happen. Call Singleton. Let's do it." Okay. From that, it spawned into something major. The hype has been building up online, and it's real major. Who I have in front of me? Wisdom Court Captain, my man Billy Lyve. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Okay. And of course, Frank MFing Lewis, the old management and Koast Entertainment. Frank, what's going on?
What's going on? MFing y'all.
Absolutely. And of course, Pirate Rob of DNL Entertainment, Koast Entertainment. What's going on?
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me out.
Oh, man, everything is good, man. You gentlemen, real heavy hitters in the city. And I'm so glad you chose this publication to announce the big announcement. So, Billy, I'm going to talk to you first, man. For those of everybody who does not know who Billy Lyve is, go ahead and introduce yourself, man. What exactly do you effing do, man?
I MFing do. Well,
Brandy.
I'm an artist, a promoter, owner of Wisdom Court Entertainment.
Okay.
This is a music production and promotional company. I mean, I just do a lot. I just do it all. You know, from the performances, working street teams for major artists. We actually run a kids club called Wisdom Court Kids Club, which is actually pretty successful. Okay. I'm proud of that. But right now, I'm back on my artist stuff, so all the promoters can have their little time and shit.
Okay.
I like how he said it, dude. So all the other promoters can have their little time and shit.
Wow. No doubt.
Three times in a row.
Three times. You know, might I add, he is the DMV Award winner 2011, Best Promoter of the Year?
Yeah.
2011?
Yeah.
So, salute to you, man. Pirate Rob, I've had the opportunity to meet you at one of your shows. You do a lot of great things in the city for a lot of artists, integrating them bands, hip-hop, and everything like that. Just let everybody know what you got going on, man.
We started out a couple years ago, about 2005, with a company called DNL Entertainment. It's Delmarva Nightlife. We started down Ocean City. We cracked the original music scene down Ocean City, actually built the original music scene down Ocean City, which is thriving, doing well. Met a lot of the guys from Baltimore, and they asked us to come up to Baltimore and help them really get out of Baltimore.
Right.
Like, we didn't come here, you know, thinking we were going to take over city or anything like that. Right. We came here to work with the artists that asked us, and when we did that, we formed Koast Entertainment, which is 100% artist management agency. And you know, since we came to Baltimore 4 years ago, we were in 35 states this year, man, and we represent Pasadena, Bond and Bentley, Grilled Lincolns, Bumpin' Uglies, The Baby Please, lots of other guys, man. And we're just so happy, the love that we've seen when we came to the city and the support. And you know, that's what our crew is all about, is family. And we're all about trying to bring the artists together to work together and make their own, you know, be their own, you know, supporters. And you know, it works really well when we do that, and you know, encourage family and cooperation as opposed to all this competition out there.
Nice, you know? Nice. And that's something that I feel that we all need, especially in this region, is unity. I think in all regions, unity, because music, I put a post up on my Facebook page the other day. I said music, good music, especially hip-hop music, is the #1 common ground that will bring enemies together, that will bring rivalries together, that'll bring people, strangers, anybody together for the common ground of making great music.
From what we've seen, like I said, I go out in the van a lot of times with these guys. I don't just send them out there, you know, I'm out there on the road with them. And there's a lot of great music everywhere across this country, but I've never really seen, you know, the unity that at least, you know, that exists in the band side of things in Baltimore, anywhere else in this country. Like right now, people from Annapolis and Baltimore, the bands working together as strong as they do. We go out to other cities in Pittsburgh and down Florida and California, and they're like, man, we've never seen anything like what you guys are doing. You know, bands are usually at each other's throats or stuff like that, and we'll pack 3 bands in a van and go across the country together. And I mean, you just don't see that. Putting 15 bands on the same shows, and you know, after their set's over, they're out there in the crowd supporting, and they're fans of everybody else.
Right.
You know, they're as much of a fan as they are a performer, and that's what's keeping our scene strong is that type of unity. And when the fans come out, the fans are really impressed with like the energy of what's going on. And then, you know, I get thank yous all the time of like, thank you for introducing me to this person. Thank you for making a new friend. Thank you for giving me something to do on a Saturday night.
Right.
You know, and it's been awesome, man. It's been such a great ride. You know, I'm excited to see where we go.
Huge, man. Huge. You know, we definitely supported that. And last but not least, this gentleman needs no introduction. You know, I could go on with stories about Frank, but the one thing I have to say about you, man, you're passionate about what you do and about this thing called hip hop, man. So, what the F are you doing right now, man?
Man, I told you when I had you in the studio and you was trying to open me up, I was like, I got big things going. Every time I would talk to you, I kept saying to you, I was like, off the record. And then we kept talking because I was like, I know this is going to end up on a radio station, but like, I heard from a reliable source that Frank Lewis is planning major moves in 2013.
Right.
And by the way, thank you for doing that for Bishop's upcoming album. That was a good look. You came through and did that, man. I appreciate that.
Man. You got that.
Dude, right now, I am working for Koast Entertainment. Okay. I still have the old management, but Koast Entertainment is my new passion. It's my new project. Me and Rob are partners, but Rob he's the guy that he runs it. Rob is technically my boss.
Okay.
But sometimes in order to lead, you got to follow. Right. And what Rob's vision is so much bigger with the getting out of Baltimore that he actually opened up what I was doing into getting out of Baltimore. I am always going to be Baltimore hip hop. I'm always going to be that. When I go on the road, I'm dealing with mostly bands now over at Koast, but I'm still hip hop. Like, it's funny when my clients introduce me to people, they're like, yeah, this is Frank. He's our hip hop guy. Or Rob sends me to a new venue, they look me up and they're like, so I see you do a lot of hip hop. And I'm like, well, no, I'm here about bands tonight. You know what I mean? Rock bands, you know?
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm excited about why we're here tonight, because I think what we're doing here tonight is going to we're going to start practicing what we preach.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're the guinea pigs in our own experiment. We've decided to take out this guy has to like this guy, and this guy's got to work with this guy, and this promoter shouldn't book on this night when this promoter's booking. We're gonna take it all out, and we're gonna put ourselves on the front line. Okay. And I feel like at this point I should give it back to Billy.
Whoa! Before we do that, the big announcement. What we're gonna come back to that. Chuck Boogie, take it away. Power1047.com. Real quick before you take it away, Chuck. Do remember only in GHGH presents the Blueprint April 7th. Taste International. All right, of course, hosted by Short Bus Shorty. Whole lot of performances. Holla at him. Follow him. You heard him earlier today. Follow him on Twitter. You know, just Google only, man. You'll definitely find all the information you need. All right, April 7th. Log that in your calendar. All right, Power1047.com. Back to the basics. We're going to come back with that big announcement. Keep it locked right here. Chuck Boogie, let's go. You're listening to that instrumental in the background. Shouts out to my man Scar Akbar, scholarship chick. Catch him tonight, down to 5 seasons. Celebrating my man Prophet's birthday. He definitely deserves it. Do remember Saigon is in the building. And from what I'm hearing, he's a great dude, great music, just humble guy. You don't find that too much in the industry these days. Superstars just have superstar personalities. But that guy is really true down to earth, so we're definitely going to go out and support our brother Prophet. But in the meantime, it's about these 3 gentlemen right here, Billy Lyve, Pirate Rob, and of course, Frank MFing Lewis is live in the building, and they have a huge announcement to make. I'm going to turn it over to Captain Kirk, who I like to call Billy Lyve. What's up, man? Talk about it, man. What's this announcement that you have people on pins and needles for, man?
Well, everybody knows, you know, I'm the Wisdom Court, you know, general. That's my thing or whatever. But I also believe that in order to be like a good general, you got to be a soldier sometimes. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we decided to all come together. Because everybody talks about unity and bringing people together, we figured let's start from, you know, a different level, and like Frank was saying, we'll lead by example, by the front line. So we are bringing Billy Lyve over to Koast, and I will be working with my boys right there.
I had to turn the music off for that one right there. Say it one more time, so if you didn't catch it before, just repeat it one more time.
Basically, we're bringing my musical talents over to Koast. So yeah, we're all gonna be together now. So.
Okay. So what we're saying is, follow me here. We're creating Voltron.
Yes. Yeah, basically we're taking like three of us, we you know, we're major players in the scene from all over, not just in the Baltimore scene, and we all have a lot of connections. So basically, we're just taking everything that we got, putting it all together, and we're just gonna ride and just help each other out.
This is really huge. This is big. What? Let me direct this over to Pirate Rob. I mean, what was? How did the mesh? How did the relationship? First of all, start. Second of all, the merger create and just form into such a great movement, man.
Maybe about 2-3 years ago, I kind of met Frank and Billy separately, independently, and I knew that, you know, they worked, you know, on their own things separately, you know, and I saw them doing their own shows and that, and what I've always done is like hosting shows, like multi-genre shows. We'll bring the hip hop in with the bands and mix all the fans together. And you know, eventually we were getting some of Frank's clients in there, so I started working with Frank a little bit more. Eventually we were getting Billy in there, and then my business, One Koast, our business, has gotten to the point now that it needed more than just the staff that we had, and I was ready for another agent, and who better than Frank Lewis, you know, I mean, to come on board with us and help us grow and take on new clients, because, you know, I was full up with work. I didn't, you know, there was nothing else that I could really do at that time, but I do have the contacts and I want to share them, you know, and I want to get out there and get, you know, help as many people as we can. So bringing in Frank, you know, to be the extra hand to come in and do some new things, open up room for us to take on some new talent. And right around that time, Mr. Billy hit me up and he's like, you know, I'm going to keep Wisdom Court. I'm going to do my thing with the promotions and everything, and we fully support that. But he's like, listen, I want somebody who's, you know, driven and knows what they're doing to try to help me expand my music. And I said, you know, well, Frank's on board now, and I think it's you know, we got One Koast Entertainment, O Management, and Wisdom Court all on the same court. So let me ask you this question, Rob. One of the things that I can respect with Billy is that artists these days feel as though they could be a one-man show. They feel they could be an artist. They feel they could be the manager. They feel they could be the promoter online. They feel they could be the socialite. They feel like, you know, I could be the producer and everything at the end of the day. Do you feel that's an epidemic within the independent scene right now? No, I think honestly, when you start out, it's a necessity. Because nobody's going to care about your music as much as you are. Okay. And honestly, it's going to take somebody, you know, a couple shows to get where they need to be, start building their fan base, decide if they're even serious about it. They have to be their manager. They have to be their agent. They have to be their roadie. They have to be their sound guy. And, you know, through that work and growth, they're going to grow to a point where they're no longer able to do all that stuff themselves. And then they do have to, at that point, really decide to bring somebody else in. Because in my example, you know, I could have taken Billy on. I wouldn't have been able to pay Billy as much of attention as Billy deserves, you know, if I didn't have Frank. Right. So, you know, where Billy's going to be out writing songs and performing, and, you know, hopefully it's going to be on a bigger level or on a more volume level than what he's done in the past. You need those guys behind the scenes that are doing things. And it's also a little bit better, you know, to have someone that's focused on one job. I'm not sitting at home writing lyrics. I'm sitting at home making contacts to get this man to the next show, to the next level, to the next step. And I do think, though, as a necessity, you have to be ready to go out and do all that stuff yourself. And honestly, I think that's more of a problem where they're not doing it. But once you get to a point where you're successful, some people are a little bit stubborn and they don't want to, you know, let anybody in their business. They don't trust anybody, and we understand that trust is a huge issue when it comes to any man's art. You know, and it's not just their money; it's their art too. And you know, this guy's putting their heart and soul into what they're doing. And they have to believe and trust in the person that, you know, it's almost like babysitting. Like, you're not going to leave your kid with somebody that you don't trust. And it's the same thing with these artists. And, you know, but, you know, sometimes daddy got to go to work and somebody got to watch the kids. So, I mean, you got to get to that point where you understand that letting someone else in and to help you is going to expand you as an artist. But, you know, it's not how you begin. You know, you got to be your everything when you begin, but you also got to be wise enough to know when you get to that point and take the next step to get somebody in there professionally to help you on a higher level. Totally agree. Totally agree. Power1047.com, back to the basics. Your man Permish right here. Huge announcement that was just made. Billy Lyve, let everybody know once again what the announcement was, man. let them know again. This is big, man.
The announcement is that Billy Lyve will be on One Koast Entertainment, and we're pretty much bringing Wisdom Court, the O Management, DNL, One Koast all together, and just all for the same common cause.
You're a powerful artist. I've watched your growth from beginning, you know, from very first time we met years ago to now. how exciting is this, number one, to work with both of these gentlemen right here? And what can the public expect from you in the future? I mean, we have listeners from around the world, and I want them just to zero in on this, because it's not a Baltimore thing, it's not a DMV thing. This is a worldwide thing when it comes to you. I think I like your music a lot because I think it taps into different genres. It's not just one focused. So, you know, this merger right here, man, what can the people expect from you as an artist?
Well, for me, like Rob was saying, it came to a point where I was just doing so much that I felt like I was running in circles because I couldn't manage myself, book myself, write and do everything. I felt like I was at a standstill. Mm-hmm. So I had to kind of drop myself down a little bit and be like, look, I need help. Mm-hmm. You know, not like I could have went on, but I could only get so far. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's exciting to me that they were open to it. We all sat down and talked about it or whatever, because basically it gives me time to learn myself more as an artist, mm-hmm. and focus on my craft as an artist, mm-hmm. and you know, they'll worry about the rest of the stuff that I used to worry about at the same time. So it's very exciting to me. And for my team is good too, because now that frees up a whole lot of time where I can do more for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So all around, this is a good thing.
Frank, you had the opportunity to work with a lot of artists in the city, not only in the city but out of state as well. With this merger right here, what are some of the differences that you notice in Billy that really attracts you to him?
Well, to be honest with you, the thing that attracts me the most is probably the fact that he incorporates the multi-genres, like you said. Mm-hmm. So I can put him in any market, in almost any venue. So we don't have to necessarily say, oh, I'm going to be booking Billy Lyve for hip-hop shows. Billy Lyve is going to be doing a whole nother thing. Like, there's a whole, I don't even know if he's ready to talk about what that plan is, because we've already, I mean, just so people know, we've already been in the war room together. When he got off stage at MGK a couple weeks back, I was the first person standing there with critique about his set from Gate. And it's because me and Billy have decided that we're going to be very open with each other, and that's how it's going to work. I'm going to be Frank Lewis, he's going to be Billy Lyve, and it's going to come together in the middle. And our strengths and weaknesses are going to work together, just like me and Rob's. Mm-hmm. Rob has strengths that I don't have, mm-hmm. and where he has weaknesses, I might have a strength. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the thing that brings him in. He's the piece to the puzzle that really shows complete unity. I mean, for how many years now have they thought we're complete rivals, Billy? I mean, I just started writing MFing on most of his posts and liking his statuses, and his team's calling him like, yo, why Frank doing that? What's Frank trying to dish you on the low? And I'm like, damn. I'm like, all I wrote was MFing and like the status. You know? So, I mean, and then today, after me and him realized that that's what it was, we decided that, you know, we was going to beef that up a little bit and let people know we are rivals. We are competitive. If tomorrow I decide to get back into promoting, Billy would be the guy I'd have to aim for. He's the 3-time promoter of the year. I'd have to set that standard. Wow. You know what I mean? And I'd have to compete with Rob. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm going to compete against them, and it's not, again, I'm not going to do things that's going to hurt Billy. Right. I'm going to do things that's going to help Billy. Okay. And the things I do that helps Billy is going to help every client on One Coast, it's going to help every client on the O Management, and it's going to help every person on Wisdom Court.
Okay, okay. I want everybody right now, because I know time is running against us, but I'd be remiss if I don't let everybody zero in on your social medias, because that's what's evolving, that's what's running everything right now. From this interview, I want people to zero in on, you know, Billy, Frank, and of course Pirate Rob. So let everybody know you had on Twitter, Instagram, everything, man.
Well, it's Billy Lyve, everything. The actual website is itsbillylive.com. You can just pretty much find everything there, from the videos and everything. But Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything's Billy Lyve, and it's BILLYLYVE. Mm-hmm. That's me.
Most of in this question I'll direct to Frank and Rob is, obviously most artists now they're listening and like, okay, are they in service for any more clients? How can I be involved? What is that process like? Is it a thing of let's come search for you, or
it's a mutual thing?
Okay.
I'd say it's a mutual thing. I feel like we are always looking for more talent, and people are always looking for representation, but the mesh has to work. Like, I'll give you the perfect example of how Rob called me up and told me about Billy. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV with my girl, one of them rare nights. And I ain't gonna lie, I might have been smoking a little something. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit.
Frank, you're on the radio. I was uncut now.
No, fuck it. Oh, wait a minute, I'm saying MFing? Hold on, this is Frank motherfucker.
Oh, you guys gonna get me in trouble.
Okay, anyway, no. So back to, anyway, I was a little high. And Rob calls me and goes, hey man, I just got this inbox from Billy, and you know, how would you feel about him coming to One Coast? And I'm like, oh, that's cool, like, you know, no big deal. He goes, well, I don't have time for him, like, he'd be your direct client. And it was just like, damn. Like, if we could do a beat drop when I do that, damn. No, I'm just kidding. And I was like, oh. But yeah, no, I mean, I really was blown. I was like, the idea of me representing Billy Lyve directly. It's not like he's just with One Coast and I happen to be on One Coast and me and Billy will pass each other in the hallway and mug each other.
Right.
Like, me and Billy are like working side by side.
Right.
I am his actual representation now.
Okay.
Like, I am his contact, and I the first thing I did was I called every management client to let them know, like, hey, this is happening. This is going down. This is good for business. This is good for all of us. This is good for the city.
Okay.
So when it comes to new clients, we're open to new clients. But yeah, let Rob take this one.
We do a lot of showcases, which is where we really get to know and see like a lot of the new artists that we work with. We do stuff at Ram's Head, you know, mainly in town now. You know, it took us a little while to graduate up there, but we got another one coming up on May 9th. And you know, anytime somebody's looking for a show, you know, they want to get out and do stuff, they could just contact us. We're always looking to you know, give everybody a chance. I mean, I always tell Frank, man, everybody gets one. It's what you do with that one. That's right. You know, and man, I'll tell you straight up, I don't even listen to a band before I put you on stage. I look at your work ethic a little bit. I see how you hustle. I see how you handle yourself, and I like to hear your music live first when it's on stage.
Nice.
And anybody out there that's, you know, interested in trying to get on shows, we booked 650 shows last year. So there's always opportunities out there. You know, see any of our bands coming through town or something like that, hit us up. We would love to get you guys out there involved. What I said, it's all about friendship and cooperation, and you know, the more the merrier. You know, especially, you know, on a show, get everybody out there to support. It's all awesome. And follow up. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, for me, it's all Pirate Rob DNL. And then you can also hit us up at dnlmusic.com and One Coast with a K. So it's onecoastk.com also. So.
All right. That's what it is.
You got a second?
Yeah, real quick, brother.
Real quick. I want to say the reason why I feel like this was a big announcement was just the fact of we're trying to show artists that this is what happens when you network. This is what happens when you go out to other people's shows and you support other people that are doing the stuff that you want to do. Connections like this happen. You can't just sit at home and be mad and be like, I don't get no support, I can't get nowhere if you're not ready to put in the work and talk to the people.
Exactly.
That's why it's a major announcement. Just that's for all the rappers out there.
Well, you come to the right place to announce it, and we're definitely it's out there on Front Street now and everything. Frank, real quick, where you at, brother, on your social medias, man?
All my social media is Frank MFing, and that's MFing Lewis. All one word, no spaces, no nothing. And it's all my social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. But what I wanted to add to Rob's thing is I've also come up with the new hashtag for One Coast. It is straight One Coastin'. So it is straight One Coastin', and we just dropped the G on the end, but it is One Coast with a K.
Okay.
You can find that on my Twitter, and that was one of the first things I told Billy when he was coming. I was like, we straight One Coastin' now, so we good.
All right. Well, that's what it is, man. You know, on behalf of Back to the Basics and, of course, Power 104.7, we say to you open and publicly, congratulations. I'm very proud of you. You know, me and you talk very regularly, and I know you with a great team with Pirate Rob and Frank, and I know it's only going to soar for greatness. Touch the sky, man. All right? Power1047.com, the future hip-hop and R&B major announcement that was just announced. Billy Lyve is now a part of One Coast Entertainment. You know what I mean? Real heavy. So, any last words before we get out of here, y'all?
MFing. Oh, and also we're working on a new hashtag while we speak. One Coast Indivisible. One Coast Indivisible. I started that during the State of the Union. Rob thinks it's a little arrogant. I said, fuck that.
Oh. He's the arrogant. He's arrogant.
Oh, my goodness. Back to the basics. We're just going to end on that note. Back to the Basics Cypher Saturdays. Each and every first Saturday, you get the ciphers right here. Some of the illest MCs come together, all right, in the collective, and we hear it, we battle it out. No battles, it's just a straight cipher, man. Pure straight hip hop. All right, follow me on Twitter at Permiss. All right, follow us on Instagram at Back to the Basics Radio _ Back to the Basics Radio _ Shout out to the Baltimore paparazzi in the building. She is such a sweetheart. All those nice pictures that you see online, courtesy of her. Amplified Videology on the videos, and of course, Brand Fame, right? Brand Fame? Brand Fame.
Brand with fame.
Brand with fame. That's the bottom line. You brand with fame, you won't go insane. All right? On that note, DJ Chuck Boogie Movement Team DJs, Reese Rowe, follow her at Reese Rowe, follow her at DJ Chuck Boogie. This is your man Permiss. Next week, respect the DJ. We got DJ Jamal coming in next week. And of course, we got my man Docs on the check-in, Aqua Vibe, Staten Island, New York. What up? I see you. All right? It is Power1047.com, the future of hip-hop and R&B. See you next week. God bless.